trying my hardest. Like I'm using like 3 different networks right now just to make it same time tomorrow. Trying to like review the Champions League, the Real Madrid game that we spoke about. Spoken about that already. Um, the analyst said it's Manchester City all the way, and I said Madrid is winning tonight, but Manchester City will be going through. So we are going to be talking about the AC Milan and the Inter Milan clash right now. If the network permits us to do that, but if the network still continues to do what he has been doing, we have to schedule tomorrow. Then we'll be previewing that and also reviewing our predictions and what we talked about the Real Madrid game. So tell me, what do you think about the Inter Milan and the AC Milan clash?
This is a juicy one, to be honest, and I'm really in for it because it's a derby, and it's a derby in the Champions League, and this same final at that. Funny enough, as if it has been a final, probably I'd even be more interested. But the one good thing is that we get to see it over 2 legs, even though nobody's
Yeah,
traveling anywhere.
and you
So
know
it's
the funny thing is like nobody will have thought that AC Milan and Inter Milan will be playing the Champions League semi-final this season
I
because
tell you,
at the beginning of the Champions League they were both abysmal. This was the same team. AC Milan was the same. I'm talking about AC Milan. This was the same team that Chelsea like dealt with 2-0 and 3-0
yeah,
in both
yes,
legs, and it's Chelsea that has
yes.
been so terrible this season under Graham Potter. And the same thing can be said for Inter Milan as well. They've not been at the best form.
Best, especially in the
And
league, yes.
and it just shows that Italian football is coming back because we have Italian. I think the Italian teams. There are like 4 Italian teams in all of Europe this season, remaining in Europe currently. There's Roma in the Europa League. There's
Yes,
Florentina in the Conference League, and
Conference League,
we have
yes.
the 2 big Milan clubs in the Champions League. So what do you think is going to happen? Because right now, actually going into the tie, both of them are actually in a bit of form right now. AC Milan has started picking up victories. They won against Lazio over the weekend. Inter Milan as well. They won a big game against Roma. It was like Milan versus Rome at
Yes,
the weekend, and the
yes,
Milan team won
yes,
convincingly. Like
yes.
they won the game convincingly. So what do you think is going to happen? And not forgetting that Rafael Leao was substituted early, I think with a slight injury in the game against over the weekend. So that is a big concern for AC Milan going to the game because it's their most important and creative player. So like
Well,
with all that being said, what do you think is going to happen?
well, going into the game, this is going to be very very tricky. If you want to analyze like the departments of both the or like from the defense to the attack of both teams in the Champions League, I feel aside the game against Benfica in the second leg, if I'm correct, where
Yeah,
Inter Milan, like I think, conceded quite a number of goals. They only won by just a goal margin. I remember very
yeah,
clearly. The first leg they won 2-0. In fact, they
2-0,
had
yeah, 2-0,
they
yeah.
were very lucky that they had a very good goalkeeper in
Onana, Andre
Onana.
Onana.
Onana did very
Yeah.
well against Benfica over both legs. I feel over both legs, I feel Inter Milan might edge it here. But okay, let's analyze based on this first leg first. Leao is a bit injured, which is a big concern for AC Milan.
AC
AC
Milan.
Milan, Inter Milan rather in this case now they have Lautaro Martinez and Romelu Lukaku. Lukaku is getting a bit of form now. He scored in the last game as well. He scored in
Yeah,
this
yeah, in the
game
last game.
against. He
Mm,
scored in this game against Roma as well. So he's kind of and in
yeah.
fact even before then I'd seen him doing a number of assists for other players in his team. And obviously, one of my favorite players in the Inter Milan team is really doing very well. This their midfielder, what's his name again?
Yeah, Barella,
Uh,
Nicolo Barella.
Barella. Thank
Is
you,
it
Barella.
Barella?
Barella
Yeah,
is one of my favorite players. He has been playing quite well in the last few games. I really like he's a he's a favorite player of mine. So I feel Inter Milan might edge it here because AC Milan, see the thing about AC Milan, it was a shock that they could even beat Napoli. Obviously, it was bad that everybody wrote them off against Napoli, and even before everybody writing them off, forgotten that they beat Napoli 4-0 in the league. And then they beat Napoli in the first leg and then drew the second leg 1-1. But they edged it clearly.
first leg, yeah.
Even with Giroud missing a
Yeah.
penalty in the second leg, they clearly edged it. He clearly edged it over both legs over Napoli. So AC Milan
Yes.
too, they have their own. Giroud has been scoring quite a number of goals, especially in Champions League.
Mm,
Uh,
Champions League.
I must not forget. I feel Magnan is probably one of the best goalkeepers in the Champions League at the moment.
No,
Goodness,
honestly, I think
he has
after
been
Courtois, I think after Courtois is
outstanding.
the next. Honestly, for me, I
Yes,
think after Courtois is the next.
he has been outstanding. Mike Minor, he has been outstanding. I feel if if Inter Milan don't win, the person who will be very very key for AC Milan is Magnan. Magnan has been outstanding. Goodness,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
has. I've been watching him season and I'm like, wow, this guy has grown from his days at from his days at
At
Lille,
Lille,
at
Lille,
Lille,
Lille, yeah,
from his days at
yeah,
Lille, this
Lille.
guy has become outstanding, and he has convincingly replaced Gianluigi Donnarumma, who was at AC Milan.
AC
Convincingly,
Milan,
he has done a
convincingly,
very
yeah.
good job at AC Milan. He has done a very, very good job. So it will be a battle of the defense, you know. And that's one thing about Italian football. Italian football is all about the defense. It's actually a
Defense, yeah.
battle of who can outwit who in terms of
Each
in the
other.
defensive area. Because no, Magna has been outstanding. No, no, no. Yes, yeah. I've watched him very closely, and I'm like, this guy. Aside, of course, other key players like Rafael Leao, Olivier Giroud, and even players like Theo Hernandez, who has been very, very key in
Yeah.
the in and even their midfielder as well.
If-
One of my
yeah,
I
Tonali
forgot
and Benacer. Yeah,
Tonali,
that
thank
was
you.
what I
Tonali
wanted to
and
say.
Benacer, yes. I feel
Yeah,
Magnan has been one of their very, very key players this season. Like,
I think,
if you want to talk about the top two players, I think Magnan is going to be number one. He's going to be
yeah,
between
for
number one and
sure.
number two
I think
for AC Milan.
why they struggled. You know why they struggled at the beginning of the season was because he was injured. You know, he missed the
Yes,
World Cup.
yes, yes, he did, he did.
I think if Mion was not injured, if he was available, I think France would be sitting here talking about France being the two-time world champion
Sure, sure.
because he's so good when it comes to penalty kicks, and we all know that Hugo Lloris sucks when it comes to saving penalties. So in
Sure.
the World Cup final, for sure, I know Deschamps will have substituted him in, and that was why Hugo Lloris retired because he saw that there was no way he could be starting ahead of Mion again.
Yes.
He had come to that level whereby he has seen someone that is way better than he is. But the
Yes.
only luck he had was because Mion was injured leading to the World Cup, and I think that's why AC Milan were having a bad time when they faced Chelsea. They faced Chelsea with a 39-year-old goalkeeper Tatavasanu, which is not like you can't even
Yeah,
fault him. He's 39 years old. He's 39 years of
Luciano
age.
did not really do much. He did not really help in terms.
He
You
did
think
not-
I
Of
watched where he did
course,
his bit, but obviously not like Magna. No,
not like
definitely
me.
it's
It's
not.
not like it's another level. I think after
Sure.
I'm saying it, honestly, I think after Courtois, I think Mion is like the best goalkeeper in the world right now, on current
Yes,
form.
yeah, I feel
In
so
terms
too.
of distribution, in terms of like his saves, in terms of like passing ability, like he made an assist over the weekend, though it was a crazy goal by Theo Hernandez though. But
Yes.
as a goalkeeper, I already has 3 assists in the league this season. Three. I think that's crazy. Do you know how crazy that is? Because Chelsea Football Club, the players that made the most assists this season is Raheem Sterling on 3 assists. And we have a goalkeeper, Mike Mignon, that has made 3 assists in the league. That's how crazy it has been. You know, understand? Like, his saves, his distribution, his leadership at the back is immense. Honestly, I believe AC Milan is going to win. I don't know. I feel like in the comments in the past few seasons, AC Milan has always had the edge. Not this season though, because in the Milan derby this season, AC Milan has won both the Milan derbies.
Yes.
Actually, in the past seasons, AC Milan has actually had the edge over Inter Milan, like winning games. Though they might not win most of the times, they draw, but in most cases, AC Milan has been winning. And Inter Milan, honestly, I think Inter Milan defense is so solid, but I think the presence of Millon at the back is going to help AC Milan immensely. It gives them this calm that Tomori needs. You understand? Like it gives them this
Yes.
calm, like because when he was not available, Tata Sanu could not command. He was not a leader. His voice was not heard in the back line. So Tomori had to be the leader, and we all know like he's a young player and he still needs to be coached. You know, so I think when you have Millon, somebody that is that experienced at the in front of the defense, You understand? At the back of the, and you know, like it's going to be giving instructions to Tomori, to Kalulu, coaching them through the game, to Thiago, coaching them through the. Yo,
Okay,
the network again, man.
you're back
The
now. I
network
can hear
is,
you now.
is yeah, yeah. I'm back now. I'm back now. It's my network, guys. Yeah, I think we are going to make up for it tomorrow for sure. Like we have to like talk about it tomorrow.
Sure.
So all in all, as I was saying, to like just to round up quickly because my network is terrible. So all in all, as I was saying is, I believe AC Milan is going to scale through. I believe, like technically, Inter Milan is at home for the first leg technically, but we know like they are both playing the same stadium, so there's no
Yeah.
advantage. There's no like it's not like the Real Madrid and the Manchester City game. So
Yeah.
I think technically, I believe AC Milan is going to qualify. But what do you think? Who do you think is going through?
Well, if a key player like Leao is missing in the first leg, it could be a bit dangerous for AC Milan because their creativity, most of their creativity, assists, goals, Leao has been
Yeah, comes from
fantastic in the
there.
last 2 seasons. Last season when AC Milan won the league, he was probably number
He
one.
was the best
For,
player in the league.
was the
Yes,
best
he was
player
the
in the
best player in
league
the league.
last season. So if he gets to play, I think AC Milan are fully advantaged to win this first leg. But if he doesn't play, I don't know. I don't know. If He's going to bring the goal, the assist to Giroud, the crosses, the creativity generally comes from Rafael Leao. Because
Yeah,
if you go back to the quarterfinals against Napoli,
against Napoli.
it
Yeah,
was immense. It was immense over both legs. Not just the assist that he gave for Giroud, the 70 yard run that he made, and gave Giroud the assist for his goal, which he finally scored after missing the penalty. If you look at his runs off the ball and all of that, he's very very good, and he knows how to make those runs. He knows that it's very tricky. He's a player who can create something out of nothing, and he's someone who can. He's one of the few persons that can really put the Inter Milan defense to, like, they will be watching their backs. Oh, you will have to watch their backs. They'll be on their toes because of Rafael Leao. So if he doesn't play, I feel AC Milan might not really have the edge. But if you look at me in the general, if you ask me in the general, in the overall balance of play, and just looking at it from this first leg, I feel AC Milan will still edge it a bit. I feel AC Milan might still edge it. It's going to be very tricky. Probably just a 1-0 scoreline or a 2-1 scoreline thereabout. It's something that is going to be very, very. It will be. it will be low scoring. I don't think there will be many goals scored,
Yeah, that was what
because there's no
what.
advantage really. There's no
Yeah,
advantage really. The same San Siro or the same San Siro that they have both played in. There's literally no advantage.
they know each other. They play against each other almost every time.
Yes,
Like in a season, they play against each other at least 2 times. So that's why I'm also like leaning towards AC Milan. I think AC Milan play a more expansive football compared to Inter
yes.
Milan.
Compared to, yeah,
You know,
sure, yeah, sure,
compared to
sure.
Inter Milan,
And
and I
Pioli has
just
been doing a very good job.
yeah, he has been. He has been from like people used to forget like he was not actually the first choice. Like
Oh
he
yeah,
came in there.
it was this man. What's his name? Ralf
It was
Ragnick. That was
yeah,
initially supposed to
that
be
yes, that
the.
was supposed to be
It was
the manager.
Ragnick.
Yes,
Yeah, it was
yes, it
Ragnick.
was. Yes, it was. It was. Gazidis brought assigned Ragnick, and Ragnick was already preparing to be their manager. But
Yeah,
Pioli came as a stopgap, just an interim until the end of the season, and he
yeah, and
did
he
a
did
miraculous
well.
job.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
and he kept
yes.
the job. So honestly, he has done so well, and I think Italian league should be proud. Whatever the result is, they are going to be having a team in the Champions League final,
Sure,
and I
sure,
think and I think
definitely.
that alone is a massive improvement for the the
Syria,
vibe of the league for
yeah,
Serie A, for making everybody knows that okay, the league is back to being at the top of like European football. Not necessarily be the best league in Europe, but
I
at
think
least
Juventus
like
as well is still in the Europa League.
yes,
If I'm
Juventus
correct.
as well is still in
Yeah,
Europa
yeah,
League. Yes, you are
yeah,
correct. Yes, they
yeah,
are. So technically, they have 5 teams still in Europe, and which is
yeah.
like they have the most currently in all of Europe top 5 leagues. They have the
Yes,
most. I think Premier League is the second, but they have the most right now. So I think they've shown that it has been a fantastic season for Italian teams, regardless of whatever happens. I think getting to the Champions League final is just the icing on the cake, and even if they
yeah,
win it, which I don't expect them to, but if they win it, I think it's something it's fine. Anything can happen, and these are teams that
sure,
have pedigree, especially AC
yeah,
Milan.
yeah.
AC Milan against Real Madrid. That is like historically going to be a very big final. AC Milan against Manchester City. Still AC Milan. So regardless, like history still matters in football. So
Sure.
or even if it's Inter Milan, history still matters. Inter Milan are the last Italian team to win the Champions
See,
League.
yeah, yes,
So
in 2010.
so
And
so
one thing
this
that, as long they have it in their history, football heritage, like Mourinho will say, it's only Man City that is in this semi final that hasn't won it. So the teams who have actually won it, they have
yeah.
an understanding of where they are coming from.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. So I think history is. Our network. I think most especially my network is still being a bad guy. So I think we'll round up it up today, yeah,
All right,
and then we'll
all
pick
right.
up tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow we'll be reviewing the Real Madrid game. Hopefully, like our predictions go through because like people that watch our videos or that watch my videos, they are so interested in like our predictions, whether it comes true. People are putting their money on it. So hopefully our predictions go through. And the analyst actually specifically gave out a correct score. He said it's going to be a 3-2 game today. Manchester City is winning 3-2. So like you guys can put your money on that. Yeah, I said Real Madrid win, but don't so you follow the analysis, of course. So we'll be back same time tomorrow. Please don't miss it, guys. I'm sorry once again for my network. My network was so terrible today. Thank you for coming on the show, the
Thank you
analyst,
very
and
much for inviting me.
hopefully we do this again tomorrow, and we will
Yeah.
have time to talk about your team, Arsenal, because I'm so interested in hearing your
Yes,
point of view
sir.
when it comes to Arsenal. So
Yes, sir.
tomorrow we are going to be able to do all that. So thank you so much for coming on the show,
Thank
and
you
God
very
bless you.
much.
So we'll see
Thank
you
you so
guys
much. God
tomorrow.
bless you. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you. All right. Take care.